That's not my face. Hello everybody, I don't know what's going on. It's not showing my face. Bear with me for just a second. Hello everybody, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it won't show my face. I'm gonna say hi down here so you know I'm here. Why are you not working? It just knows that you don't want to see my face today. It's not a pretty picture. Let me do a little bit of adjusting here. This looks terrible. You know, I had a comment that my desk was too wet at one point, but I find this thing is always filthy. Filthy! Hi, Dawn, Margine, Kathy. Ooh, first time caught you live. Hi, Pam. I don't know why you can't see my face. For some reason, my phone, let's turn it on and off. Nope. Where is it? Camera. No. How's everybody's week going? Oh, wrong Wi-Fi. It was connecting to my phone, not my iPad. It still doesn't want to. Oh, bugger. Stop connecting to my phone. Auto join. There we go. Let's try this again. Will it work? You know, just when I get everything figured out, this darn thing goes and messes things up. There! Look at my horrible skin! This is what stress does. Stress, stress, stress. Oh, I like that, Kathy. My only concern with a glass mat is the glare. But we're going to try something here. I do love having the measurement here, but you can see all kinds of blue going on. I love having the measurement here when I remember to use it, but let's try it tonight like this because this thing is filthy. Filthy! And it would go where? Now there's all this little bit of like glitter and stuff stuck there. Is that too white? You can't see that. You can't see it. Okay, let's, not iPhone, iPad, and there I am. Woo! You're probably like, turn it off, turn it off. Hi, Julie from Grand Forks. I hope I haven't missed any comments. If I have, hi Karen. Today was a good day. Hi Roz, Jennifer, Karen. Today was a good day. It was my first day back to work. I was off from Wednesday, half of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Mondays we have off in the summer. And then yesterday, I could not drag my butt out of bed. Depression was like an all-time low. I'm gonna put this, I don't like how I've got that little bit of black there, but c'est la vie. So today was the first day back. It went fine, as I knew it would. It was just the dread leading up to it, but it was fine. So I just want to finish putting one little touch on this. I have a couple of projects actually that I can create with you tonight. We're going to create two, but I'm going to give you your say. You're gonna have a vote. But yeah, this is totally stress. So for those of you that don't follow my Facebook page, please head on over and like it after this. Hi Pam, my sweet friend. I do weekly videos. I do weekly live streams. This week I could not do my video. I have had one thing after another, and it was just too much. And the final straw was my son losing his emotional intelligence on me on Sunday night. And I'm like, I can't. So I didn't do my video. Projects were already designed. All I had to do was record it. But I do find that recording my videos is like the #1 thing that I procrastinate on. Why? I don't know. So I mentioned on my Facebook page that I couldn't do the video this week, and I'm so sorry, but I was going to save it for tonight. And hi, Dorothy from British Columbia. I hope that you are doing okay. I think there's still like a crazy amount of fires going on. Yeah, so it was just too much. I didn't do my video, so I was going to show you what I did tonight, but I have since designed a couple of things with a new bundle that arrived yesterday. And I mean, yesterday I still couldn't get off my butt. I had 2 naps, laid on the couch, did nothing. I actually designed a project before I went to work this morning. That just says how normal today felt. So the Festive and Bright bundle is in the mini catalog, and there is this great harvest set, which could be peaches, it could be apples. You've got the witches' brooms, spiders, spider webs. Did I say brooms? Brooms and hats. And then this garland with the leaves, and then some cute sentiments. The dies are where this is at. So each of these borders has an A and a B, so it cuts out both sides. You can use it as a border, but you can also die cut it and add it like as a strip. But look, this is what sold me. These little bulbs, like, hello, the apple, the ghost, and the leaves, and then these 2 pieces. Love it. I'm going to turn off this light because we're getting some extra glare. But I love that. It just arrived yesterday and I couldn't wait to play with it. But I mean, I couldn't get off the couch. So this morning I created this cute little card. So you can see that I've got the border on there, but I also put some DSP in there because I colored with blends, and as you know, blends are going to go through. So I put this DSP so that I had the color showing there. And if you can see, I added those colors in the hat so that it would bring this in. And then it's got this cute little pattern on the back. I did trick or treat with a little spider and then a little bit of the boo paper. Then I did something, so I can show you this one. I can show you this one, which I have started but have not put together. This is using my favorite, Karen, the Give It a Whirl dies. No, that's not it. The Picture This dies. Thank you for sharing, Roz. Hi, Melanie. So there's that one. There's this one that we can put together, and these are those adorable little ghosts from that bundle. And then one from the cutest Halloween. And I'm going to tell you right now, every darn year, I'm like, I am not doing Halloween. I am not doing Halloween cards. Every year I do it because everything's just so cute. So Festive and Bright, Halloween. Cutest Halloween is all Halloween, and spoiler alert, this is the September creativity delivered because we want you to have it in time for Halloween. So the deadline to sign up for this one, I haven't created a form yet, but the deadline will be, what are we? September 20th. The Pretty Pumpkins deadline is on Friday. Today's the 18th, so the Friday. And those ones are not Halloween. At least mine aren't. My 2 cards are Pretty Pumpkins, and they're more harvesty, grateful, thank you cards. They're not Halloween. So if that's not your thing, you're safe. They're pumpkins, but they're using the Blackberry Beauty DSP, and they are beautiful. You want to see them? I have to do my videos and everything, but they are 2 fun folds. These are just my 2 cards. These are not Tiffany's. So we've got that. So thankful for you. If friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. So we've got the Blackberry Beauty, the Bedazzled, the Gold Shimmer, and the Brushed Metallic Dots. So that is card 1. And then this is card 2. It's a fun fold that I had never done. I totally cased Mary Dethridge, I think is how you say it. And I just love it. This paper is so regal. So if you love Rich Raspberry, Blackberry Bliss, Gold, you're gonna want it. So not at all Halloween-y. Next month will be totally Halloween, totally cute. You won't want to miss that either. Right, draws like every year. It's like, no, Who gives out Halloween cards? Like, seriously. But every year, everything's just so darn cute that you can't not get it. And then you see people working with them and it's like, gotta have it. So Festive Bright, Cutest Halloween, well-defined, what might well be one of my favorite stamp sets from this catalog. And I know that you're like, big deal, it's some words. But these are gonna go with so many things. I have used the Winter and Gratitude so many times already. And the Halloween, when taking candy from strangers is good and dressing normally is strange. Like, how cute is that? And then Little Delights is a standalone stamp set. There's no dies or punches for this. So we've got some bats, we've got Trick or Treat, we've got Ghoulish Delights. It's just so cute. So I'm not gonna buy any Halloween stamp sets. Famous last words, right? So we can do the ghosts. We can do the spooky card. We can do this box that I designed after I got home from work, and it's actually the third project that I designed. This one was the one that made it because it's this one. The other one is going to be Creativity delivered next month, so I'm not going to show you that one. But I did this cute little ghost with the boo, and then it's got some of the Cutest Halloween DSP, or Cute Halloween DSP. Before I forget, I did load this onto my website. If you are in Canada, you can either get this with any purchase from me using one of my host codes. If you are outside of Canada, you can pay measly 5 Canadian dollars and get the whole thing. You print it back to back, flipping on, I want to say the long end. I can't remember. But if you flip it that way, then you get your images on the outside. You get your spine with the colors, and it says the colors here because I don't know. Do you know that that's Highland Heather? I couldn't say for sure. And then you get the samples from the catalog on the inside. So a measly $5. I figure the amount of work that I put into this, I can't keep doing it for free. And $5 is like nothing, right? So it's using the cute Halloween paper. You can see I'm all over the place. And then I used to make my box, which has some cute little Kit Kats. I put some more DSP in there, and then we've got our border with that die. Now I wish I could have done it all the way around, but it would have been a nightmare to try and line it up. So I know it kind of cuts off in the middle of nowhere, but still cute, right? And then these Kit Kats have little vampires, they have witches, they have bats, Frankensteins, and mummies. Now the one thing I wish is that it showed that on the outside. I want to know which one this is without opening it. But they are super cute. They are mini. They're not the snack size ones. They're mini. And I mean, cute little box, right? For 2 little Kit Kats. So let me know. Is it Roz? Okay. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, Karen, the box is beautiful. I want to add that. That is so cute. You know I love a good pun. The border dies. You know what? I really do think that this was, or not was, it is a sleeper. I don't think a lot of people are using this one. I love that it's more than just Halloween, because even if you never use the witches one, you've got the garland with the lights, you've got harvest, which really could be peaches, it could be cherries, it could be apples, like so many great things, and a sentiment to match each one. Now I do want to show you the project. Hi Vi. I want to show you the projects that I designed that was going to be my YouTube video, and then the projects tonight, but I decided that I'm gonna wait because this was just too stinking cute. So this is one of those caramel apple pops, and I don't know what these things go through, but they always look like they've been melted and stomped. But I had so many left over from pillow gifts that I was doing that I thought, okay, I've got to come up with a way to do this. So this is one of the fancy border punch, and then some ribbon. We've got the caramel apple. I will do it a little bit differently next time because you can't see any of the stick. But then I've also got this cute little one, and I love these. Are Granny Apple Green because they're granny apples. Look what I found when I was shopping last week. Caramel apple soft caramels. Don't judge me on how many are gone because there's only 4 in there. They are delicious. They cost a little more than I thought they would have. And I love that they're caramel apple. It has the granny apple on there. But the packaging doesn't show that. It's kind of like the Kit Kats. I'm like, come on, people. You are missing the opportunity. Like, it's got the little bands of green, which is great. But once this is in here, you're not going to remember what it is. But look at this one. A tasty treat for someone sweet with the little apple, little heart. And then it's a shadow box. How cute is that? So watch for that. That will be next week's video. I figured this one is a little finicky and there's a lot of cutting and I didn't want to do it live because I can't speed through that for you. So watch out for this next week. I'm not going to show you my treat box because that is going to be for next month. I also found pumpkin spice, but these ones are tastier. Okay, so what's its B? What stamp is that? Oh, Elizabeth, that's the sweet treats. That's the one that has the, I don't know if it's figgy pudding or fruitcake. I thought it was fruitcake, but figgy pudding. It's got a cupcake. Can I reach it? I've got stuff that needs to go in the mail here on the floor in a box, not just sitting on the floor. It's this one that has the big, whatever that is, that works with the cloche dies. Cloche, I don't know. So there's the apple. Like, how stinking cute is that? So that will be next week, hopefully on Monday. I can't do that right now. So which one do you want to do? Which 2 do you want to do? Nice. Right, Karen, they look like they've been stomped on. Like, I don't know what these things go through. Okay, so I could do the card. Now, I'm kind of thinking we'll finish this because I've already die cut and it's ready to go. And then I can show you because this is going to be the exact same process on there, but we'll do the box. And then you'll have a little box that's good for this. It actually fits some of the saltwater taffy, which is going in a different treat box. But if you live in Canada and you have a Shoppers Drug Mart nearby, these, hopefully in your area too, these sour ones are like on clearance for like $1.50. They are sour saltwater taffy. There is sour grape, sour lemon, sour orange, sour raspberry, sour apple, and sour cherry. And they make great Halloween colors. And they're sour. So that's in my candy stash. So I think, you know what? I'm going to decide for you. We're going to finish this and we're going to make the little box. Because this is very straightforward. And once I show you how I do that, you'll know how I did this. I did mask off the spider because it's like this long and I didn't want it coming from the top. So there's that. And it only took 18 minutes to get into the project. But I mean, I shared a lot, right? Before I forget, so I mentioned that the deadline for Creativity Delivered is on Friday. And that is the Pretty Pumpkins bundle. I was going to say suite, but it's a bundle. Also, on the 22nd, which is Sunday, is the deadline for my bingo. So if you are interested in playing Stampin' Up! Bingo, it's only open to Canadians, unfortunately. I wish that I could figure out a way to do it internationally. This is a very tight border. It is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it gives you a very fine border. If you line it up at the top and have your margins kind of similar, it should work the whole way down. So see, this is why I get distracted, because I tell a story and then I stop and say what I'm doing. It's a Christmas theme, but it's not typical Christmas colors. So if you caught my live last week, I'm just going to glue this down. I'm not going to pop it up. This is the black glimmer paper, and I feel like it would need a million dimensionals and perhaps some cardstock behind it to really stand up on dimensionals. So right now, I don't have as many people registered for bingo as I would like. It is $50. You get a $25 goodie bag. Stop curling on me. And that is all Stampin' Up product. And the $25 does not include like any little gifts, candies that I give you. It's $25 in product. Typically with my discount, so you're getting more than the 25, you will get 6 bingo cards. You have the option to purchase more. It is $10 per set, so you would get another 6. So say you gave me $20 for extra tickets, you would get 12 tickets. What else? We are doing 3 make and takes, and I showed those last week. It is all using the Whimsy and Wonder DSP. I'm just going to tuck these little ghosts in. So Whimsy and Wonder, you are getting the white organdy ribbon. You are getting the elegant faceted gems, but just half a pack, providing the numbers go the way I want. And if the numbers go the way I want, there will also be bundles as prizes. Hi, Kathy. Aw, thanks, Jennifer. Thank you, Karen. I'm not sure if you mean the bingo ones that you commented on last week or this one, but I'm still trying to figure out if I can do the tutorial for bingo. I can't imagine why not. Although Tiffany and I really need to figure out how to do an international bingo. Okay, so these guys kind of lose their tails by being tucked in. I probably could have had one sticking out, but it's too late now. And then I'm going to use this cute little ghost. This one is from the Cutest Halloween, and I don't want to play too much with this one because it's Creativity Delivered next month, and I don't want to use up all my good ideas before I have to design for that. So I didn't stamp the outline. I literally just stamped the adorable little face and the little worried hands or little cute hands, and then I punched it out. Actually, I think I punched it out first, but I mean, there's so many cute faces in here. The cat, it looks like a scarecrow pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, the spider, the ghost, like candy corn. There's just, oh, those are probably ears, aren't they? Anyways, lots of cute things in this one, but I don't want to use up all my best ideas before next month. So if you, ooh, look, new sheet. I saw a post today saying, who else gets giddy when they start a new sheet of dimensionals? If you have any questions about bingo, please do not hesitate to reach out. It is always a great time. I have people, one in particular, that signs up as soon as I advertise it because she can't say enough good things about my bingo, which is awesome. I spoil you rotten. It is a wonderful time, and this time it is on Sunday, September, I want to say the 4th. I did not want to do it on Saturday, September 11th. I just felt like that was not a good thing. I mean, it's the 20-year anniversary. Can you believe it? But the Saturday the 4th didn't work, so we're doing Sunday the 5th, something like that. Okay, sounds good, Sunshine. I will send you a message after this. Yes, thank you, Jennifer. It is the 5th. Whew. Okay, so this came together super fast. We're going to put some twine on there, but I'm also thinking we should use this sentiment that says, hey, boo, because how cute is that? So this big monster here, I could not smile properly. Like, see, this side kind of goes up. And funny story, those of you that know, my daughter was in, that's a little too big and also cut off. My daughter was in last week and she was sitting in my chair. Like, as soon as she gets here, I lose my recliner. I forget that. But I was leaning down to give her a hug or something, and Puppy was quite excited to see me, and she jumped up and basically skull to lip. It hurt. Like, I can't even tell you. My daughter's like, oh, you're being so dramatic, because I was like, ah! And fat lip instantly, bruised instantly, and I could not smile. It looked like I had come from the dentist, and my mouth was frozen. So Yeah, haven't been able to smile normally in like 2 weeks now. I am just looking for little tags in here. These, if you're wondering, are from the, oh, lots of messages, many messages. There was that bundle, it's still current, that cuts out so many amazing tags, and I always put my extras in here. This is my little tag container so that when I use the picture this dies, they don't go to waste. So usually when I'm looking for a tag, I will come to this first, and if I don't have what I want, I will die cut it or punch it. So I'm not sure which one of these I want to use. All I know is that I want it to kind of be tucked in a little bit. Hello. I think it was Ina, right? I think we figured that out like 2 weeks ago, but I mean, you know, I'm Dory, so block. See? I forgot what I was doing. So last week I was talking about a job interview that I had. It went well, but I didn't get the job, which is fine. But that morning I also got blood work results because I had gone for blood work on Tuesday at lunch, and there are some things in there that are not so good. But I have not found out yet because my doctor said, I want to see you in a couple weeks, book an appointment. So there was one that was like 2 days later. I'm like, oh yes, I can talk to him and figure out what this is. Nope, he rejected it. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like I wasn't feeling rejected enough. So I book a different one for August 30th because I'm off on Mondays. Actually, that one wouldn't have worked anyways because we're not off that day, but it doesn't matter because he rejected that too. And I'm like, well, fine. You tell me when you want to see me. But there are a couple things on there that are a little worrisome, but that is relying on Dr. Google, which I probably should not do. Okay, so I am not going to pop this up. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and then tuck it in. I just want one end showing. And should we use black twine or white twine? I feel like that side could be popped up, but I love all these little boos in here. Okay, black or white twine? I know, Elizabeth, we need to figure out how we can do this as an international event. There has to be a way, right? The problem is the unknown because, I mean, you could win and I can't send you a prize. It could be all of my people that win and Tiffany can't send them prizes. So it's kind of that unknown. I'm thinking black. Both. Oh, you know what? You know what I miss? Haha. Good point, Roz. I was gonna say, should I use the oh my gosh, what's this called? The Playful Pets trim? Should I use that one? Because that one would be both. Okay, both. Good idea. Hadn't even opened that one. If I weren't talking so much, we'd have been done already, but what fun would that be? So with my daughter being here, I got to meet my grand puppy. He is adorable. And the house was oh so quiet when they left. Mika, who is technically my daughter's puppy, but I wouldn't let her leave because she had been here for 2 years. And I mean, her pack is our 2 dogs. She's a family dog now. There's that, and then there's her being able to use the backyard. Like, sorry, kiddo. No, you paid for her. No, she's your dog, but sorry, you can't take her. She was a good little sister ant. She played with the puppy the whole time. Puppy, whose name is Milo, now knows how to go outside and do his business, although they live in an apartment, so that's not going to work very long, but he was so cute. Also, so tiring. Okay, now I think as a last thing, we need to put this sentiment in here. Words are not my forte. Words are hard. I think that's all that's new. It was a lot for a week, which is why I couldn't. I was done. I couldn't. Oh, it's quiet for a second. Thank you, Pam. Inuka. Is that right? Oh, Inuka. Oh, I may need a nickname for you. Or I'm gonna need to write down the phonetic pronunciation. It drives me nuts when my name is spelled wrong, and it drives me nuts when things are mispronounced. To me, it's a sign of respect that someone spells and says your name properly. So it drives me crazy that I can't pronounce someone's name right. Could have been darker, but there's no way I am lining that up again. We could put the spider on there, but I think I'm going to call that done. What do you think? Could use some embellishment probably, but we'll be here all night if I do that and make this box. But in case you hadn't given this Festive and Bright bundle any thought, look at it just for the ghosts. I love it for the light bulbs and the ghosts. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to turn this light back on because it feels too dark. Let's leave that out. Or not. I am posting more to my blog. I mentioned that. Oh, thank you. I shared a post last night. This fidget ring that I have on, I have another one exactly like it. And you can win it if you live in Canada and you place an order. I might actually, right now it says a $50 order. I might actually downgrade that to a $40 order because that is what this is worth and I don't want you paying more for it. It would be more with shipping, but you can spin it. So do you see it says create? Mine's a little scratched up, but it says create. So you can spin it that way, or you can wear it and you can sit there and click it. That side doesn't click as well for me, but you can sit there and click it. You can spin it around your finger. My fingers are too fat to be able to do that, but you can win one of these if you're in Canada. If you're in the States and you want more information, let me know. Well, it's my Conquer ring. I found them on TikTok and it's a family run business and they are fantastic. Okay, let's move this guy out of the way. So I need my little Flirt Flam template. Was it? I'm never going to remember that though. Inuka. Inuka. Reminds me of an Inukshuk. Okay, so this piece, if you want to make one of these, is 5 by 6 7/8. So we'll take, let's take it off that end first. 6 7/8. So 2 ticks away from 7. And then we'll trim it down to 5. This is basic white regular, not thick. You can see it doesn't really need to be thick. There's enough going on. So this might make you laugh. Oh, that too. I will share the website. Thank you. Okay, so we are scoring this at 3/4 on both sides. We're actually scoring it at 3/4 on all 4 sides. So let's do that first and then we'll do those middle scores. I think they ship to Europe, but I mean, worst case, I could order one and ship it to you. Okay, so now in the middle, we are scoring at 3 1/8. And then 3 7/8. And you just want to make sure that those are about the same. We can fold and burnish. You could use any color of cardstock, but I figured I wanted to be able to see all of the details on here. I certainly can, Jennifer. It's so utterly Dutch. Cute. I get people that spell my name wrong all the time. Like A-S-H-E-L-Y. I'm like, it's not Ashley. But I always found it funny when my siblings were younger. Any kids trying to say my name was always so difficult. I'm like, I don't know why this name is so hard to say. I think it's the H. The H in the middle of it. Always so hard. I got Ashley most of the time. Okay, so I am using my stamparatus for this. Got a little bit of ink there. And I'm just going to eyeball it because there's a little bit of ink on here. I should probably not be lazy and clean that. You don't want it going over that score line. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't. So I want it going like right up to the edge. Well, I've put it down now, so I'm gonna ink it up. And I do find the stamparatus is necessary for this so that I can get 2 or 3 inkings. On here, it was actually 3 times. Not sure I love the spookies at the bottom, but actually that's not bad. I do want a little more depth on this broom. Oh, I'm sorry, Roz. It's a thing for me, especially when it's a work email. Like, my name is part of my email. Maybe like it's my initial in the address, but my signature is right there. Take the 2 seconds and make sure it's spelled right. And people will be like, oh, well, spell their name wrong. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. Like, you know that 2 wrongs doesn't make a right. Like, I don't want to sink to that level to try and get the point across. Instead, I'll just vent about it for the rest of my life. Makes sense, right? If you're someone that doesn't like confrontation, it makes sense. I just love these dies. I'm going to give you one last look at this. Like, look at the light bulbs. Aren't they so cute? I can't wait to use those. Okay, so that's it for the stamparatus. We'll do a little bit of coloring, and you might notice on here, you can see a little bit going through, but you know what? We're not opening the box all the way, and even if we are, that didn't bother me. But if it does, you could die cut just a plain piece of cardstock to cover that up. And I'll tell you, the only reason these are in here, it was because I got a little bit of black ink somewhere and I felt like it was a little too white. So we may or may not put the DSP in there this time. We shall see. We are 40 minutes, not bad. My grid paper is right here with a whole bunch of measurements. I do this all the time, and then I'll go to recreate whatever it is I'm making, and I'm like, where'd my measurements go? Well, they're on a scrap piece of grid paper that's probably in the garbage now. So, silly. Hi, Cheryl. So, ladies, I put the silicone craft sheet there, especially for photopolymer, because it helps to give you a better image. It provides a little more cushion. So not only do I have the matte from the stamparatus, which works as a grid, but for me it's more the matte. This just helps to give a better image. It gives a little bit more of a cushion. I don't know why. Someone told me to do it at some point and I listened. Okay, so I have got light basic black. I never find that I use the dark basic black because it just obliterates anything that you color. So I am just going to go on both sides of the hat because there's not really a light source here. And when I started doing it on one side, I found that the artist marks were on the other side. So I'm just kind of outlining the whole thing. And then I will come in with dark smoky slate. There's a little fluff on there. I don't know if you can see that. So there's not a whole lot of coloring to this. And if you love coloring, like I do, It's probably the perfect amount. The house is eerily quiet when I stop talking. Oh, so I was going to say another thing that kind of got me emotional in the last few days was I used to watch This Is Us when it was on TV and then on Netflix. And I got to the end of it on Netflix and just stopped watching it because I don't want to wait a week, like week to week, to watch it. So I just stopped. And it was a few weeks ago I started watching Virgin River on Netflix and realized that the main female character in there played a character on This Is Us. So Dave wanted to watch Virgin River with me, so now I can't binge it on my own. So that's on pause. So I thought, okay, I need a show to watch, so I'm going to watch This Is Us. And I kid you not, I watched the entire series in like a week. So Megan is hooked on it now. She's like, okay, gotta go home and start watching this. And it got to the end. There's only 4 seasons on Netflix right now. So it got to the end of season 4. And as every season ends, it's on a cliffhanger. And it's like, oh! And they've only just finished recording season 5. So it's going to be some time before it goes on Netflix. So I'm like, ah! And this is probably, I mean, I can't be the only one in the world that does this, but do you find that when you finish a series, you kind of grieve it? Like you miss watching it. And for me, it's like a hole. It leaves a hole in my life. And I know it sounds so dramatic and stupid, but it's like, okay, now what? And I miss the characters so much that I end up going back and starting it all over again. So I started it again yesterday when I couldn't get my arse out of bed or off the couch. And I'm on I'm on season 1, like episode 5. And oh, I just love that show. It was the same thing with Shameless. I got to the end and season 11 isn't on there yet. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I started watching it all over again. And I got to the last episode for like the 3rd, 4th time. And I'm like, okay, I can't start this over again. I'm just going to wait now. Game of Thrones, same thing. I get to the end and I'm like, I'm not ready for it to be over. Okay, so for the witches, the bands and the brooms, I am using light Granny Apple Green and light Highland Heather. And because we don't have Mango Melody blends anymore, I still actually have mine. But when you look at these, the blend is very yellow and the marker is orange. So I am going to use my Stampin' Right markers because I want the fine lines. So Poppy Parade and Mango Melody for those. So all I do is I go in, and this one has 2 bands. I'll do that. I'll add one there. I don't want to have like green, green, green. And then on this 3rd hat, there are little stripes. So do you remember being in school and you'd have something where there were multiples? Like you'd count and skip. So I'm going to do that one, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and come over here. Do you remember that? Okay, so that one will do Highland Heather. This one will do some Highland Heather. I should have left that one Mango Melody. Whatever. This is just to bring in the colors that typically end up in Halloween paper. Every time. Okay, for the broom, I am going to use, what did I use? I'm pretty sure I used Mango Melody and just the thicker end of the marker. So if you don't have Stampin' Blends in all the colors, you can get away with using your Stampin' Right markers with a couple of caveats. One, they don't color the same. So if you were trying to get a no line image with blending, that is not going to happen with Stampin' Right markers. It doesn't matter how hard you try. The more you use these, the more the paper will pill. So it needs to be something where you go over it and you're done. You're not coming back. You're not trying to make it blend. This is Dark Crumb Cake for the broom sticks. But if you're just filling in a small area, you can do that. If you are using alcohol as well, then you need to do the alcohol first and the Stampin' Right later, because these are water-based and they will run. I forgot my Mango Melody over here. So a couple tips about Stampin' Right markers, because I feel like they don't always get the credit that they deserve. And then just for good measure, we're going to bring in light Daffodil Delight. Nope, just regular Daffodil Delight because it's Stampin' Right. And when you want finer details, it's easier to use these markers. Okay, we's ready for some die cutting. You do, Cheryl and Jennifer. Okay, so it's not just me. Oh, I love that. Oh, and with novels too. So when I stayed away from the scored edge, I maybe went a little bit too close to the border. C'est la vie. I want to show you one thing just on this one set, but know that all three of these borders in here have an A and a B. So can you see this 1B and 1A? So this will tell you that this does which side? Okay, so they go right up to the edge. So that the 1A, we would be cutting it right off. That's not what I want. If you want the border, think of B. Think of A as all gone and B as border. So I've got some washi tape on here. I'm just going to line this up, and it lines right up. You're not going to have much of a border. But like I said, I probably should have stayed a little more on the card. Live and learn. Get a little bit more washi tape. And I think Stampin' Up! Needs to bring back some washi tape, because I would love to be able to use Stampin' Up! Washi tape. And I thought of an idea yesterday. It was while I was watching May Made It. When you buy a May Made It stamp set, you get the SVG files as part of your purchase. And I thought, you know what, for all of those stamps that are super cute, I don't have any right here, but think of any of the critters, like Peekaboo Farm or anything where we have to fussy cut. Why can't Stampin' Up! Provide an SVG file? So I sandboxed it. So if you're a demonstrator and you think that's a good idea, go and sandbox it. I'm sorry for the camera shake. The other thing I thought of was Stampin' Up! Could maybe have something like a Cricut machine. And then they would sell the SVG files and the machine. Like, how awesome would that be? You would just need something like the size of a Cricut Joy. Or if you have a Cricut Joy, you use that. But wouldn't that be awesome? No more fussy cutting. I totally went way too far on this, but I think you get the point. It is very easy to line up. I didn't do the best job, but this is only the third time I've done it. So that should have been further. You want to line it up so that you don't see the white. Like, it should be right at the edge. So do what I say, not what I do. Anyways, I thought that would be great because there are so many cute stamp sets, and Stampin' Up! Can't possibly create, and we can't possibly buy every single die set, right? But for something that we would otherwise be fussy cutting, don't you think that's a good plan? Going to miter all of these edges so that we can create our box. So if you are a demonstrator and you have ideas like that, make sure that you go to the sandbox and share your ideas, because Stampin' Up! Does read those. And I don't know if they need like a certain amount of something to be able to say, yeah, we should do this. Or if they just get a really great idea and they're like, yeah, let's do it. But if they come up with SVG files, you heard it here. I just think that would be awesome. Like, scan and cut is great, but it's not always perfect. I'm thinking about the, what's it called? the Penguin Playmates, it's not perfect because that polar bear is on soft seafoam. Unless you outline the whole thing in pencil, you can't cut it. And also the Scan and Cut is like $500+, so not everyone can afford it. I happened to get mine a couple years ago on Amazon. It was in like the marketplace thing, so I got a great deal on it. And I think maybe at some point I would have splurged anyways, but something to keep in mind. Okay, so I think we'll skip the DSP this time, but I will measure it so that you know what it is. And I will tell you, I also put it on. It was very much an afterthought because this was just too white without it. Both times this stamp has left a little bit of extra on there. I don't know if it's a little piece of fluff or something on that part of the stamp, but both times. So I just took my white chalk marker and tried to get rid of it. Okay. Oh, we're almost at an hour. So let's put some glue on here. I will just give a little post that has the measurements. I started doing project sheets a few months ago and I just found it was so much extra work, and I don't know how far they were going. Like, were they being used at all, or was I doing all this work and no one was using them? So I'll put the measurements for this up there. I think I mean, if I put it on my blog, I can share it on Facebook, but maybe I will just put it in the comments of this video, and on YouTube I can add it as a pinned comment. I don't think I can do that on Facebook. Is anyone watching on YouTube tonight? It looks like it. It looks like it. Okay, so this part, it's entirely up to you if you want to cut it off. I figured, I know it looks a little weird that it wraps around and it just kind of stops, but I liked it better than just cutting it right off. If you don't want it, you could tuck it in, like you could mask that part when you're stamping it and just tuck it in. So cute. I do think it looks far better with the DSP, don't you? It's a little too white. Okay, what happened there? You see this? My measurements were off. I remember looking at it and thinking, are those both 2 1/4? So I am going to make sure that this is right for you, because this is not. This would tuck in on the inside. I could maybe push it or trim it a little bit, but I knew I should have kept this one apart and measured it before I did all that. So I'm going to make sure that this is completely 100% before I put the measurements in there, because I don't want you to put all that work in and then it doesn't work. It should be 2 1/4 and 2 1/4. What have we got here? 2 1/4. 2 1/2. Something went wrong. I bet you I was supposed to cut a little bit off of there. Okay, so I'm going to make another one of these and make sure that it closes, because this one it looks like a monster with bad teeth. So I'm going to go back and measure this, and I will give you the correct measurements so that it actually closes like this one. Okay. Get that far in and it doesn't close. Just my luck. Okay, thank you all. Yes, we are here watching. Oh, thank you. Okay, so absolutely, Jenny. So I am gonna go back to the drawing board and remeasure this just to make sure. So thank you so much for watching, and look out for those dimensions in the comments. I will post them in the Facebook. I might actually put them in the description of this live, and then in YouTube it'll be a pinned comment. So it should be these dimensions, but just let me double check that I didn't score on the wrong spot. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week, my crafty friends. Bye.